if I tell you, put you on a ledge, I said, climb out the window and climb on the ledge, right? It told you to jump. Kim, I think you'll jump. Then I'll ask you what happened after you jump. And you probably say nothing. And I said, you didn't get injured? And let's say the ledge is 500 feet. You're on the ledge 500 feet above the ground. So if you jump off that ledge 500 feet off the ground, you're going to be injured. And I said, did you jump? You said yes. I said, did you get injured? You're going to say no. But you jumped, but you didn't get injured. You know why you didn't get injured? I won't let you figure it out. I'll tell you. You know why you didn't get injured? You know why you didn't get injured? And you jumped. Answer me, Kim. Do you know why you did not get injured?
Why I didn't get injured when I jumped? I would say because I took the chance.
Okay, because you jumped back in the window. I just told you to jump. I didn't say jump to your death.
Oh.
Most people in the room would say, yeah, I jumped. Yeah, I died. I broke my neck, broke my back. You ain't nobody gonna jump off 500 feet and not die. Ain't nobody tell you to kill yourself. I said jump. And so the answer is you jump back in the window.
Okay.
Right?
Yes, I get it now.
Yeah, those are tests they give to people intelligent people. And the ones that say, I jump back in the window, we're like, okay, that's the one we probably want to keep. All those people say they jump to kill them. Like, what's wrong with y'all? You know what other people think, Kim. And that don't make you wrong. It doesn't make you wrong. It makes you like different. And sometimes people use the word special. I don't think like other people think. That's why you try. And that's why I say we try different ideas. When there's an opportunity that comes on where you can get out this 9 to 5, we normally jump on it. If it sounds reasonable. And most of them fail. But you know, we look at the concept, and if it does what it's supposed to do, and we believe that we can make it happen, you know, we jump on it. And I don't mind failing sometimes. I just don't want to fail all the time.
Right.
You know, and sometimes we get ourselves in situations. But people have thought about that. I bet you if I get on one of these conference calls, I know an individual who sit there and pay for their home. The company accepted the nod and never sent it back. What y'all think? Oh, the home was paid for. Oh my gosh, that's right. Who did that? What did that happen? They want the details. Because now it sounds so powerful. And it'd be like, why didn't I think of that? Kim, the Denard ain't doing no for sitting here and had it for 10 years and ain't did nothing. So why wouldn't I send it to somebody until you accept it? Now I'm gonna fight you. I'm gonna fight you and say, hey, you took the payment to satisfy my home. And see what you did else. What else you did is gonna help my case. Gonna help you and your mom's case is that you asked for a payoff. Right?
Yeah.
You got the payoff of the home, you send the denial.
Yeah.
So that's basically saying that's why I asked for the payoff. You send me the payoff, I send the denials in. So you see your intent and your understanding was that your home was paid for. So if it's not, you were misled by the mortgage company, which is against the law. You're supposed to not mislead. You're supposed to be about fair representation, not mislead any customer. They know that. So they're going to say, now, either one of two things. You give it $100,000 back, and you should say, I don't want it. I want the deed to my home. Or you give it a deed to the home. And you said, you agree to take the $100,000 back? You say, no, ma'am, I want the deed to my home. Paid in full. They're going to have to do something. I bet you they never do that again. Kim, what you have done is, whether you can call it a mistake or whatever, but it was powerful. mistake because you intentionally sent it in, right?
Yeah, I did, Dalton. I said I was learning and I was in. My back is up against the wall, and God told me to do it.
You sent it in with any documentation.
I
You sent it in $100,000 with the payoff.
and I said thank you so much. I believe I said like thank you so much for the payout statement. Uh, something about paid in full and
You have a copy of that too?
yes, I have it. I have the notarized document and the signed document that Peggy and Sabrina signed. And if I can get in my videos into my iPhone account, I recorded the transaction. We were all here at my house, and actually, Sabrina was on another cell phone in the doctor's office witnessing it. I sent her the signature to sign electronically, and then
We're talking two different things. We're talking. We know we can prove that you sent it,
right,
which is important.
right.
My thing is that on the other end, who received it? You said you got the registered certified copy.
Yes, I have the number that says that they received it, and I can go online to show that that address received the document.
Oh man, that is so powerful. So what you gonna do when you find out your home is paid off?
I'm going to take a vacation,
Well, you gonna thank God and take a vacation.
yes, and take me and my mom somewhere like a spa or something. I need a time out. I just, I think it will just, I could breathe finally deeply, and then I gotta get to work because if I was able to do it, if I'm able to do it, I can't stop right there, Dalton. It's too many people losing their homes. I don't know what kind
What
of
about Jay?
Jaden is. I can't think about Jaden because right now it's December, and if Jaden was to come back, it would be probably by the summer or at the end of the summer. I can't.
Yes. So you can't. I don't know how you can stop.
How I can what?
I don't know how you can stop thinking about this. I can't think about Jay right now. I don't know how you can
Well,
stop.
when I say that, I have to compartmentalize. I got a picture of Jaden on every wall in my home. I got his artwork on the walls. So I stay in the spirit. I look at him sometimes and I apologize, Mommy, sorry that I haven't come yet. But if I allow myself to go there, it cripples me. So that's why I have to deal with Jaden, my life compartmentalized really because I can't take on too much. So it will have its time.
They don't answer for that.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
But I was just talking about a visit. I bet you.
Well, I mean, I don't know.
Let me see my son. I bet you do it then. Oh,
Yeah, because what is going to end up having to happen is I'm going to have to file a series of documents into the courts to first of all, I'm going to challenge the mental evaluation because according to the Supreme Court, that's an opinion. The psychiatrist is has so much power to administer drugs and to make an opinion about me. So even though you may think, Dalton, you say I'm special and I'm touched, but did I abuse my son? And I may not think like you, but does that make me mental? Whose decision is that to decide whether I'm sane or not? My son was not in danger. I proved the so-called accounting of my time and the money and who was in my home. Why wasn't that enough? No, you want to continue to use your system to extract cash out of me. Well, the cash ran out. Then what? So since then, God revealed to me That's my argument. That's my argument. Number two, you violated jurisdiction. Jaden has never been a resident of Georgia. You were supposed to, if you wanted to do business with me in this state, there's a proper procedure for that. They violated that. But in my ignorance of not knowing, and I entered into an agreement by answering to them, now I'm on the hook. And I'm on this paper trail system that you speak about. You said, oh, I'm going to file this. Then 90 days later, I'm going to file this. Then you know you got enough evidence. And when I show you some other stuff I got, Dalton, you might want to marry me. Needless to say, seriously, then you get caught in this system of filing. And when you, like you said, if you don't have a lawyer or you're not on top of it and you miss a date or whatever, it just got too much for me to try to juggle everything that I had going on. So I had to accept that he was gone after a while. And it's been 18 months. I never dreamed that it would be this long.
So what I was saying, it's so important.
Right. You know what, and maybe that's something I could shoot for by the spring, because I probably have to file a series of things in the courts and just, I'll see, Dalton. Right now, I can't wrap my mind. Dalton, when he come back, I want him to come back like literally. I'm gonna go get my baby picked up in a black Cadillac so he could get whiffed off to the airport so we can go somewhere together for a couple days, a couple weeks. We got to get to know each other again. We got to get to know each other. I'm different, and I know my baby gonna be different. He's 8. And clingy and want to be up under these boobies that he call them. My booby. Yeah, he like, no, but just me and being up underneath me, I'm squishy. Like he like, mommy, you warm and squishy. I am sort of kind of soft, Dalton, with a little bit of bounce. That's why you don't see, bitches. Yeah, I just been blogging my life, Dalton. This what I've been doing. So you done gave me a new way to say what I've been doing. A proof of concept. A proof of concept. So you gonna help me to take it to across the what you call it in the football where you throw it, the goal line, Dalton. Cause I sure was like, well, God, why you gave me these crazy ideas and then you go have my. That's why I was feeling sort of kind of, but I still knew in my heart that I had some kind of something that I can go back on. But I just felt like I had to throw in the fight because I was mentally tired and I had to make a decision that whether I win this case today or not, I had the impression I had to start getting myself ready to get out of here. So I just let it go. 2 weeks, there was nothing else I can do. Because clearly the courts never notified me after going to court. They didn't. You think what?
address they had, send it to you.
They send everything to my house and to the P.O. box. Everything.
So they just railroaded you. And like I said, the decision was already made to get that house.
Right.
Yeah. But I'm gonna try that. You know, I threw $100,000 out there and let them accept it. That's payment. And some people say it's good. You know, you get $28, some say 10, some say 4, some say 3. You accept that house, and I'm gonna ask for a payoff statement, and I'm gonna put it in the right, notarized letter, accepting of this $100,000 is that you accepted as full payment of my property, unless the property has it. See what happens. Let me keep that $100,000 for 3 months. All right. Okay, thank you.
Doctor.
So does that sound reasonable?
Yes, doctor. And that's what I thought I was doing.
And you just came up with that idea.
You're right. God told me to do it.
God told you to do it. Let's go.
I'm telling you, I've been going through a spiritual experience, doctor, where I've been getting these ideas. Hold on one second. That's my mama. Hold on. Mom. On the phone with Dalton. I think he's gonna try to help me get the house back. I've been on the phone with him all this time.
Really?
Yeah.
How will Mama do that?
I'll tell you. I'll call you back.
All right.
Bye.
Okay, bye.
Hey, Dalton. I told my mama I was on the phone with you. She just wanted to chit chat, nothing biggie. But what was I saying, Dalton?
I can't hear you. You broke up.
I said my mom said, "Hey." I said, "Yeah." What was I saying?
I asked you, who gave you that idea? You said God. You just came up with it, sent it in. About sending it to NARS. That's what we was talking about.
Right. And so I'm gonna just tell you this little bit. I was given this assignment, and I naively was like, okay, I'll do it. Just knowing that my house, I would never lose my house. So when I was faced with, oh my God, these people done found a way to pull the wool from underneath my feet. I was like, okay, God, how you gonna let this happen to me? Like, I've been dedicated. I've documented this whole process. I've documented my journey. I submitted that my car was taken and my son had to be removed for me to be able to focus on this thing that you've asked me to do. And I know, and in my mind, I was like, this win is a win for everybody who can see what I see and take action. We have a right to contract. And anytime we discover there's something in the contract or we want to alter the contract, we can alter the terms. But while you negotiating the terms, you have to stay in honor. And I paid these people and they didn't send me my money back and still foreclosed on me.
Yep. That's not the sign, though. And so did you take a picture of the garage before you sent it?
Everything. Dalton, this wasn't this was an experiment. And maybe what I should have did, I just say, well, God, wait a minute, well, proof of concept. God said, when two or more gather, there am I in the midst. I say, well, damn, I'm bringing 3 parties. I had Sabrina, I had Peggy, and my mama was sitting on the couch. And Peggy counted the money. We took pictures of it. She put it in the envelope, sealed it.
What denomination?
I think I sent I can't. Did I send like a four $25,000 bills or something like that?
$25,000.
Uh-huh.
I'm gonna take a picture of it, and I'm gonna and then the letter. Basically say this is a full payment of my mortgage at this property. So I'm gonna get the address.
Dalton, I have something.
I'm asking for the payoff.
I have something that I couldn't implement that somebody gave me called a presentment package. Similar to what we're doing, but using the notary to not only notarize the document, but have the notary stand as the service and processor for you. So she mails it off, and it's supposed to come back to her, and then she can document.
Say it again to the notary.
Huh?
Repeat what you said, Kim. I just missed something.
Okay, so it's called like a presentment. So you just like what we talking about. We going over a proof of concept. You about to present the bank with an alternative contract or a way to satisfy your mortgage. The same way that we're saying, but put it on the responsibility of the notary, because the notary has the seal and she can stand as a witness for you in court that she put the money in the envelope, mailed it to the bank, and mailed it back. And it's supposed to, the response, if they respond, is supposed to come back to her. If they don't respond in the 10 days, like you're saying, then the notary can make documentation of the transaction. Does that make sense?
Yeah, you go to any notary you do, or it has to be
any kind of notary, but I believe in this kind of situation, if you already got somebody, it'll be easier for you to explain to them. So if this is, like if you used to going to a notary, at a UPS store or something like that, maybe they may be able to do it for you. But I just think you can find you a person that do notary on the side where they can receive your mail. Or if they don't respond in 10 days, then they can be the one to say, we put this in the mail on this day and the bank didn't respond back to us. Now you got you a witness too. Plus the mail being a witness because of the transaction of sending it through the registered mail. That's your 2 or more. Well, God is in the midst when there's 2 or more. But I got a process that somebody gave me, but it was too late for me to implement. What I'm saying to you, they used it in the mortgage, and before you get in trouble, should be.
See, that's what I'm using mine for. I'm going
right.
Now, but what I need to ask you, when you sent yours, was it prior to the foreclosure?
Yes, because they didn't file the foreclosure until January of this year. I sent it in August.
And I got it again. You know if the moratorium was lifted when they filed in January?
I think so, because I started blogging. I've been doing research, and it was like 40 if I wasn't, no, that was the student loan debt. It was like 20 something million people was getting ready to be affected. So in my mind, I was like, I get this victory and I can help a bunch of people, homeowners. I'm gonna be queen or whoever in politics, because I was gonna write even a press release about what I did, written and put in the public.
That'll be powerful. this works, I don't know, there's be a lot of things I could be big do. So, because that $100,000 ain't doing up and sitting around here. So if I can get it paid off, so be it. You know, probably $100,000 probably way too much, but I'm gonna give it a shot. Yeah.
Yeah, so
How many days? You didn't do the letter said respond in how many days? You didn't give me how many days to respond.
I think I gotta get it. I thought I put in there within 10 days, according to the law, they were supposed to respond and they didn't.
Well, I'll try 10 business days. That's 2 weeks. 10 business days. That's 2 weeks. But yeah, but they can't. That's too late now. Yours over a year. You said it was April. It's like a year and a half.
Yes, no, I sent it in August 4th last year.
What year?
Dalton.
It wasn't
Yeah.
This year, was it?
No, it wasn't this year, it was last year.
So that's 2021.
Yeah.
So it's been 15 months. September, October, November, December. So it's been 16 months.
Yeah.
Man, wow. That'll be good.
That'll be a good case, Dalton.
Well, yeah, it'd be a strong case.
Because that's what I thought. They violated the contract when they didn't respond back to me. That's what, and let me tell you what else I learned.
Making requests. A contract is a binding agreement against two people.
Right, and it becomes by acquiescence.
Someone to respond, they don't respond. They don't make it their contract. That's just the request that they deny.
Okay, Dalton. When I sent in the satisfaction, I was under the assumption that the mortgage was paid in full. Actually, not even upon receipt, according to law, when it was put in the mail, even if they didn't receive it. That's what the law say. But I'ma just say they received it and I got a signature. That is a contract. When they fail to respond, just like when we fail to respond in 30 days or 60 days of a debt, it automatically defaults for them to go after us, collections, report, and all of that. So,
not for a piece of mail, that doesn't make it a contract.
Yes, it does, Dalton.
You can just prove that I received it. I have not agreed to it.
But you got a time frame to agree to it. And when you don't agree, unless you write on the document, return the sender, you accepted it with your signature. And you have to respond. Here's another good thing I learned in the groups. You know how they be changing your interest rate and shit? See, we got to stop getting the digital paper and we got to get the physical paper in our hands. This whole thing about going paperless, it's a scam. We need the physical papers because something about reading physical papers awaken the mind. But not only that, we can alter the contract when we got the physical paper. So when they want to increase our interest rate, we can politely put on there, I do not consent, and it's going to be 0% interest rate. And if you cancel my contract, then you owe me, or if you close my account, you owe me $1 million or $5 million in damages. Dalton.
Yeah, I understand what you're saying, but it never hold up in court.
Dalton. Okay.
A contract is a binding agreement. The term agreement means consensual, right? So the binding agreement, as it should say, a binding consensual agreement. But it says a binding agreement between two parties. If you send me something, say, Dalton, let's just go really straight. I need $2 million in 2 weeks. And I sign for that piece of paper and never respond to what you said. That don't mean I owe you $2 million. It won't hold up no place. Now, people signing for a piece of mail doesn't make it a contract, baby. It makes it a request. When they open up and read it, because you don't know when they read it and whatnot. And so if they don't respond, that doesn't mean they consent. You're just one person to the next, right? You're just one person. Now, if you're a bank or a mortgage company and someone who has the authority to sell securities, to operate with securities and stuff like that, yes. But just one person to another doesn't make it. When did I consent to that? I can deny a contract. I can say no to a contract. You have to accept the terms of the contract. I mean, you're not too far off, but just because you receive something in the mail doesn't make it a contract. It makes I agree to it. You have to agree. You have to consent to it. So agreement means consensual. So I just have to disagree with you on that one.
But Dalton,
what group are you in that's giving you this information?
They're not giving me the information. To be honest with you, Dalton, I've been studying on my own for the last 2 years. And every group that I go in or I speak to on Clubhouse or wherever I am, they ask me, where am I getting my knowledge from? And I'm telling them that God is giving it to me. And it's through research and using AI intelligence and dictionaries that I am growing myself. I've been literally just growing myself. And now when I go out and speak, I can attract. I hear somebody speaking about something, maybe like how I've been trying to show you through my pictures, that you and I will have a conversation, and within hours to a day, I have a manifestation or a realization of whatever it is that I'm thinking, or I have been having conversations with people. That has been happening to me for the last 2 years, what I've been. And so I just have been in a place where I can go into a room like on the Clubhouse or wherever or on YouTube, and whatever I listen to is exactly what I need right then and there to help me unfold the next moment in my life. I can't explain it. That's why I say, who told you to do that? God. I can't explain it. Who else told me? Where else am I getting these ideas from? And then I have intellectual conversation like you and I, where the brain popping in is like, oh, and you helping me and I'm helping you. And it's just, that's how my life has been happening. But for the most part, for 2 years, I've been in solitude. I just started talking maybe since the spring.
Well, if God told you to send a note tonight, let's go. That's enough for me.
Dalton, nobody else don't understand that. It's like, I appreciate you. Even when my mom, she realized what I was doing, of course, and I had done held them off this long. She was starting to feel confident. She was like, girl, how do you keep all that stuff in your brain and stuff like that? And then it's like, bam, they came and did a loophole. Well, I can't talk right now that they just decided they gonna bulldoze me. Now I have to focus on securing my foundation. And that was the day I called my mom, when I just got terribly scared, and I finally say, Mom, I don't know what I'm gonna do. I have no resources right now. But in my mind, I can't tell her all the stuff that, people sound crazy, but God told me to do it. Just like he told me to get out and get in the sun every day. And that helped to alleviate my depression. I woke up one day, I wasn't taking pills anymore, but I was naturally happy, but I was still living in this turmoil.
Yeah, like a nightmare time.
Yeah.
No, you're gonna come out. You're gonna come out. It's gonna be a nice dream. Brighter days are coming. But I keep asking this. I think we got a reasonable, strong case, don't you think?
I think so. I know so, Dalton. I needed somebody that could help me. I guess that's why I didn't know that I would, because I thought you already be like, you sort of crazy. And so that's why I was like, Dalton, I gotta tell you this piece. It was almost like a little girl that gotta tell her daddy, I don't know if you gonna think I'm crazy, and then you was like, wait a minute, that's what kind of. So I feel like a big daughter right now, kind of, sort of like, oh, I did something, and he's proud.
Because it kept the number. And no one knows it, right?
No, the courts know. I told the courts.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Why did they dismiss it?
Right.
And that's when they said that she's gonna do an advisement.
It
What
was
is technically an advisement?
well, basically that they were gonna have to go look at all the evidence.
You everything.
Right. But what they end up doing was they allowed the mortgage company to send in an affidavit. And then instead of saying, hey, the mortgage company sent in this affidavit, they ain't mentioned nothing about the money being paid off. Then I could have put it in an affidavit form if I needed to, because they had it. I gave it to them. Then I could have responded with an affidavit form. But they let 60 days go by, and then 2 weeks to tell. They didn't even tell me. A stranger or a marketing company called to say that the house had been put on the list and could they buy it. And I was 2 weeks out. And here I am. Then I called you. And I've been holding out from telling all the pieces that I've been throwing darts, Dalton. I held it up this long, and then they did a back door on me because they probably say she ain't gonna be able to fight.
Well, in your opinion, do you think I use the word illegal foreclosure? How do you feel about that?
I love it. This is the other thing, one of the groups that I've been learning, because we've been studying contracts, really breaking down contracts like on a Zoom and going looking up words. What does this word mean? Lawfully, legally, accounting, and what does God say about this specific word? So we turn a word upside down, and this group is called a church transaction group, where we literally looking at this stuff, and some of the common words we have to go and look up every meaning of what that word means. And one of the things that the guy said that was very pivotal, and I think you've also said it too, is that we really have to come to these people in a spirit of love. Oftentimes they don't know that they're breaking the law, but that when we come and saying, God sent me to whatever the case may be, then people will begin to take pause. And just like we know ain't no real money per se, it's just Federal Reserve notes. But to the person that you might be talking to over the counter, that's real to them. That's this their job. It happened to be paying their bills. So they don't even understand what you are trying to articulate to them, because they've been taught to do a job, to process documents, to stamp, but nobody's thinking about how is all this legal and right? Why am I only minimally living when God says that he gave us dominion? Why so many people are suffering? People don't have time to do that kind of thinking, but I've been thinking because I fell from grace, and I don't know why, because really I've been the one to help a lot of people, but I had to get this low so I can look up. So I can look up and trust God was leading me down this path, that it ain't just about me, Dalton. It's my brothers and sisters that I've been running into that even though my shit is bad, they a whole lot worse. And nobody seems to care. Our leaders are driving around in they Cadillac Escalades, making deals in garages. I got pictures of everything because God told me where to go to get the evidence that when it's my day, I'm going to have documented proof of the things that I say and that He led me to do. The graveyards, the late nights at 3 and 4 a.m. Get off this exit. Yes, Lord, I will. And when I get there, He always has something for me to document. So I've been on a journey. And the first thing that He said to me was that everything is already worked out. I need you to trust. And always look up at the top. I'ma have something for you at the top. You get to the top of the building, you go into the stores, you look on the top shelf. I will have something for you to know that I'm guiding you. And that's how I've been documenting my life for the last 2 years. I didn't know when I got the inclination to fast for a year and a half. But I was obedient. And when everybody was going through what they was going through, COVID, I was going through my own storm. But I had already prepared my mind, my body to be conditioned to go into COVID because I don't believe I would have made it with all that. If God would have told me you're going to lose your car, your child, I would have been like, the hell with you. Give me my $100 million and I'm out of here. I wouldn't have took the assignment. But he didn't allow me. He worked with me and helped me to build confidence in myself and my abilities that He was awakening in me. I'm not the same person. And I got a mission because it's a lot of people that are invisible out here. And either I'm crazy or everybody else is crazy. Because if we could continue to tolerate and see the world that I have witnessed that's suffering and not do something about it, shame on us. Shame on us. So I'm going to save me first. And then I'm going to help some people. Because that's what God told me I had to do.
I believe you can do it.
So you done excited me, Dalton. I think I'm going to go and get my mortgage box out of the garage, out of my storage.
How far is it away?
It's just about 2 miles away. It's not that far. It's right around the corner. It'll allow me to go out for a quick ride because, literally, I went to the interview. I came home. I don't have no desire to be out there running around. Just even now, I still want to order my groceries and just I'll go pick them up to save the membership money. But it's just running around. So many people that's hurting that don't have. I gotta do me. And I know my story gotta be big, Dalton. It gotta be so unbelievable so that the people, I can win the hearts of the people and they trust and they gonna be like, you did all of that? Yes, this is for us. I picked up the phone because I didn't have a choice. I just told God I would do it. And I would trust. And some days it's easy, and some days it's hard. And then you look up at the TV and you see Les Brown who say, McFarland, anything is possible. Anything is possible. Out of nothing, you can become something. There gotta be a way to help the people. So whole invisible, and I'm an able working body, and I'm telling you, it ain't easy. So somebody who don't think like me, act like me, they have a disadvantage. And I feel resourced, and some days my mind is just, so much coming in. So we gotta trust. So although I thought the day I was gonna be the brunt of your laugh, this might be our freedom ticket, huh, Dalton? Adam and Eve, we going to restore the money tree back to the people, back to ourselves.
You got majority. You like 2/3 of the way there. They got this dog. You got a letter. All we gotta do is get to the courts now.
Wow.
But I am my plan. As well. I think they're gonna send it back, but I gotta try. Yeah.
And not only that, Dalton, one of the church transaction group that I'm in, this is an idea. Now, if you do like throw that out there to y'all, to your well, you probably not gonna want to do it because of your secure issue. But one of the things that the group, like if you throw it out there in your group and they all be like, well, I would do it. You could possibly add each other on to email strings or signature strings so that you know that you're not the only, so that they know you're not the only one. That's the other thing. God told me if you pursue, like you got a whole team behind you, and the people gonna come. So even as I'm be around here talking to myself, it's like, it's me and my team, and I've been attracting, like I say, people that sort of think like me. So a part of this is in your imagination, and the other part is putting it in implementation. But I was like, God, they got me. I just knew, Dalton, when I walked out that second day, she said, I say, yeah, because she says, well, trustee, do you have anything? He was like, well, according to the general statute, such and such and such, it's required to have these 5 elements. And I knew that they didn't have the 5 elements because I satisfied the debt. They didn't have 3 or 4 of the 5 elements. So I was like, I walked out of there like Johnny Cochran. Now, I do got something you going to laugh about, Dalton. Now, do not laugh. When I told the church transaction group what I did, they was like, you crazy. So I walked into the courts. Remember, I'm representing my mama, right? So she said, what is your name? I said, first of all, I'm here under duress, coercion, and fear of life. She says, why do you fear your life? I said, him over there, he has a gun. And they tried to put me out last time. I say, secondly, I said, I am here representing the name on the case. I said, Your Honor, have you taken the oath of office? She says, yes. She said, are you going to swear? I said, I don't swear on the Bible, Your Honor. Like that, she said, I understand. And she let me go. So then she's standing up. She says, oh, sit down. I said, well, you didn't tell her to sit down. Like she wanted, I was like, I'm coming here in peace. I'm coming here in
the courtroom?
Yes, I'm coming here in peace.
For foreclosure or something else?
This is for the foreclosure.
Oh, okay.
This is for the foreclosure, and I had Sabrina in the back, and so I went in like I was Johnny Cochran, doctor. I say, Sabrina, she took her oath about doctor. This is made for TV, baby. Doctor, you let
I'm listening.
Sabrina, she took out. I said, documented, I have my one jury back there. But then, doctor, and I presented, I said, Your Honor, such and such, what I'm going to give to you. American Home Mortgage received, the $100,000 and legal tender is the appropriate name. It's legal tender. It's not called money. It's legal tender. And I said, according to the general statute codes, whatever, the mortgage satisfaction, blah blah blah, all of this. Oh, the courts have not received, the deeds of record have not received the mortgage satisfaction statement that the deed has been secured. And so I just had it all on this and date. This is the tracking number. I had it all in the document. So I walked out of there like, hell, I'm Johnny Cochran. And I just won this case because she ain't made a decision in the courts, and it was just us two there. And then she says, it's going out for advisement. I'll send you something in the mail.
What you never got.
I never got.
You know the judge's name?
Yes. I told you it's the county. Her name is Tammy Tammy something. She's the deputy